Good morning. Welcome to my latest stitch with me. I'm actually going to put headphones on. Hopefully that will make it easier to hear. I am restarting my sea villains again. Welcome to all my subscribers, new and old, everyone. So I worked out yesterday, I was thinking that I was nearly halfway on my sea villains across the top, and it was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And I knew at the time when I restarted it that I should have started it from the smaller side, as if it was portrait instead of landscape. But when I restarted it, I started it as if it was landscape across the top. And I shouldn't have started it that way. I knew I shouldn't have started it that way. But it was just after I'd had that seizure and my brain wasn't working properly. And it was like, I shouldn't have started it this way. I know I shouldn't have started it this way. And even yesterday, I was trying to work out where I should have started it, and I shouldn't have started it there. And I worked out where I should start it, and I should have started it the opposite corner. So here we go. So, yippee! I'm not starting at the same place that I started it before. So I have something new to look at. So I'm very pleased about that. But I'm still happy to be stitching on it. So I'm not in a rush to redo those 6,000 stitches. It'll just go on my rotation. I don't think I got in the corner. No, I didn't. So it is just block stitching this morning, just to get some stitching in. So I hope everyone's good. It has been an eventful week since we got back. And since then Brendan had a seizure and he had to go to Dunedin Hospital to get his shoulder put back in, and Dave went in to the hospital and took him, and as far as he knew, he'd only have to wait a few hours and he'd be able to go, but they weren't that happy with putting it back in because they thought that it would go back out. They weren't sure it was in properly, so they wanted to observe him. They had given him quite a lot of drugs to put the shoulder back in, ketamine and muscle relaxants, etc. Obviously they had given him quite a bit of drugs because the next morning when he did leave, he actually sprained his ankle on the way out. So I did say to him when he left he should take his drugs with him just in case they did keep him. So excuse me, it's just as well he did take his drugs because he needed to take them that night. He needed to take them the next morning. So he did that. I think another reason why I knew it was 26 inches across I had, because I was going to stitch this portrait direction, and I knew I needed the fabric 33 inches across for landscape if I was stitching it that way, and I didn't want to stitch it on that big of a frame. It didn't matter just scrolling what I had done up and leaving that big of a gap. I've got quite a big gap because I've actually got 40 inches left. So I had heaps of fabric. So that was fine. I'm a little bit croaky since I had my infusion. My infusion went fine. Excuse me. I'm just waiting for to hear back whether my JVC test is positive or negative. So how it works is that you can become positive at any time, because there is people around that are positive and they're carriers of JCV, and that means that you can catch it, and if you do catch it, that means that I can't have the Tysabri medication that I'm on anymore in the infusion, because it acts a little bit like a brain eating disease from my information that I got, and it means that that's the end of the Tysabri, and I'll have to go on to something else. Don't know what at this stage, because that's the best medication and it's actually working. So we are hoping I don't go positive, because it's working really well, but you just don't know. That's why excuse me, before every test infusion they ask if you've had mood swings or anything like that, because that's the first symptom. But I haven't had anything like that. Dave made some more fruit loaves this week. Because we already had the fruit sitting in orange juice before Brendan went into the hospital, so that needed to be done. And he coffee's still hot. And he made a bacon egg pie last night. He was just saying that he's concerned the bulls are out. We've got 2 deer on the farm. He came and told me about the deer, and I said, "Oh dear." It's quite funny. And then I said to Jess about it, I said, "We've got 2 deer," and she goes, "Oh dear." The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's quite funny. So I said to Dave that he needs to go and see the chef at the restaurant that is just near us, because he's an avid hunter, and since he's so close to us, it's a perfect opportunity for him to hunt something that's so close. He's a bow hunter, so because we really want these deer gone, because they're into our baleage, so they come along and have a nibble at each bale. They don't actually eat any of the baleage, they just have a nibble at the wrap and then go to another bale and go, "Oh, maybe this one's better." Which is a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, that's quite frustrating, but what can you do? So this is the first time I've actually done such a mistake as this. So let's say I'm quite frustrated over myself. I need to kick myself in the butt. Normally I would have noticed way before this, but hey, not much you can do about it. So even, yeah, somebody experienced as I am can really muck it up. I always work out what count I'm on because I have a lot of fabrics. I do get the tape measure out and make sure it is the count that they say they've sent me, just to make sure. But normally when I'm stitching it, I can pretty much look at the stitch and go, that doesn't quite look like an 18 count or a 20 count. But yeah. So it has definitely cooled down a little bit because we've got our log burner going each night now. We haven't had it going during the day. We've still got our heat pump going. It is quite warm at night when you go to bed. So I have had the bathroom door open, so that cools the bedroom a little, so I can go to sleep. So last night Coco was in the bathroom all night because I went to the bathroom at 6:30 this morning, and Coco was still on the bathroom chair, and I woke her up when I went to the toilet. I don't know if she left then or not, but she gave me payback. She woke me up later on as if to say, "Hurry up, Mum, get up. It's up time. I've been up for a while, and you definitely need to get your butt out of bed." So, and my alarm was about to go anyway. So I was like, okay, I'll get up. Because I was too busy watching Flosstube later than I should have been last night. I was watching quite a few things when I went to bed because I was too annoyed at myself and I couldn't go straight to sleep. It was like, really? I really did that? So I couldn't go straight to sleep. I did restart my deep ocean though. After I started on the 20 count, I kept thinking about it for the next few days, even though I'd done the 2,000 stitches. I'm really bad at this. I then mull over it and I go, how bad was the coverage? Was it as good as it could be? I can still see 25 count fine. Doesn't bother me. Should I keep going with 20 count or should I go to 25 count? In the end, I decided I would go to 25 count because I just thought it had that much better coverage, and I am happier that I a package. It wasn't the package I was expecting. Sorry about that. I got a package. See, that's what I got, my package. I got some of these loop earplugs. So why I got the loop earplugs was because Coco in the morning, she meows and meows and meows to get us up. It's not too bad at the moment because it's not a bad time that she's doing it. But normally it is really early, and I decided that I would get a pair for Dave and I, and so we can have them at night, and hopefully we can get her out of waking us up. So over a period of time, hopefully we can just stop her doing that. Because quite frankly, it is frustrating. I hope you can see this all right. So it wasn't the package that I was hoping for. I've actually bought some more project bags. They'll arrive next week. The diamond art diamond paintings that I bought for Dave's mum, they arrived earlier this week, and I posted to the rest home that she's at, and they arrived to her yesterday or the day before, so that was really good. So it was quite interesting. They had not just ABs, but they had some fairy dust ABs in them as well. So that was quite cool. I even bought 2 more yesterday or the day before. So they've been sent, so they'll be shortly. So they'll be really cool. I keep thinking I need to do some myself. I've actually got a couple here, but I keep thinking, oh, when I want to have a break from stitching, I should do some diamond art, but I don't ever feel the need from having a break from stitching. I'm sure it will come though. And I'll have them sitting there ready. But I just don't want to start one and then get engrossed into diamond painting and not want to stitch. When I'm quite happy stitching. So my Halloween Afghan, I'm very happy with that at the moment because I have just finished. Well, I've got about 40 stitches. So I should say I've nearly just finished the second row of pages. Super exciting. Oh, I am super excited actually. I thought I'd find my trip away really exhausting, but actually I didn't find it too bad at all. We spent most of the time visiting Dave's mum at the rest home. I know I said that Dave hadn't seen his mum for a couple of years, but due to Dave's mum moving into the rest home, that was one of the reasons why we hadn't gone. It was at the time when she was moving, and then of course we were moving then, and before that we were on the farm and Dave couldn't get off at that time, and then it was when he was about to go to see her, he was then needed to relief milk, and it was meant to be only for a few weeks, and it actually turned out that he was needed for a lot longer. It was longer than anticipated, so yeah. And of course in between all that, we were going to Dunedin every 6 weeks for my infusion, so that cut into the time, and Dave really wanted me to go with him, and everything was up in the air. So he was very pleased that I went with him. So it worked out really well. We were able to see nephew and give him the Lego Technics, some of the sets of them. I couldn't believe that when we were there he did one set, and after we got home he had done another set, which was a huge one. So he absolutely loves them. So that was really good to see Dave's brother and his wife and nephew, and catch up with Dave's other brother while we were there. Dave was able to see his sister because she works at the rest home. So yeah, all in all it was a good trip. I was able to see my brother. But the accommodation that we're staying at, the Travel Lodge, it was a wee bit noisy because it's near the main street. It was fine for me because I took earplugs, which I'd since lost. And the bed was really hard, so I found that quite hard on my shoulder. I don't hear that. I'm sure you did. Oh, I did hear it. That's what she does all the time. Yes, Coco. there was an accident outside our accommodation on our way back on Saturday night, so we had to do a detour to it, and it was quite good because of course we knew Timaru, but there was the road layouts was different to what we were used to, and it was like, there never used to be, because it had all changed, and it was like, I used to know that there used to be a hairdresser here, and it was a lot of things that had changed, so it was quite interesting. But because we're still driving a lot, because could you please not? Coco was knocking the tripod. We couldn't stay out in Temuka because we have stayed at the accommodation once before. I've stayed by myself, and I've woken up in the morning with the door open, and Dave has stayed by himself and has woken up with the door open, and it's like, yeah, no. So neither of us actually stay in Temuka, we stay in Timaru. So, and when we stayed, we had to find accommodation that had ground floor access because of my walking, and with shower access with no step up. So it wasn't that easy. Uh-oh, Coco. Coco! Psst. Sorry. Oh dear. She hates tripods. No, don't come back. I think you've mucked up the positioning, Bubby. Funny. So, we didn't eat out at all because, of course, I can't eat out anywhere. Where am I going to put this stitch? You can't get underneath that paper anymore, Bubby. Goodness knows what she had then. So all our tomatoes are done. We don't have a tomato in the house anymore. So when David made his, come on, get through that. When David made his bacon egg pie, he used the last of the tomatoes, which was quite amazing. After all the tomatoes that we had, that was the last of them. So it was good to have them gone. As you can see, I am starting and finishing from the front. What else is new? So Brendan's got another neurologist appointment coming up as well. So I'm going to do mine by a phone appointment because he definitely needs to talk to his neurologist because he can only up his medication a little. And hopefully they can work out what medication he can go on to now, because that was a very severe seizure, so much for not dislocating it again, it not being able to dislocate it, because it did. We found it a lot colder in Timaru than here, but since then it has even got colder, and it has got colder here even since then. So winter has arrived. You would have heard our heat pump just clicking, just sporadically. We have had our underfloor heating on for ages, since about Easter, but we've only had the log burner going nightly for the last week. So that's just the way it goes. Can't have beautiful weather all the time. Makes you appreciate it. We have had it nice and sunny in the afternoons. We haven't had too many frosts. It's just the odd one. No frost this morning. It's just overcast. Hopefully later on the sun comes out again, it clears up. This is my last piece that I need to do for categories. And then this weekend I am going to work on Archer. So I'm really pleased over that. So, funny things Dave's done. Has he done anything funny lately? I don't think so. Nothing majorly funny. Nothing I can go, aha, that's what Dave did. He tried to take photos of the deer that were out of focus. Jess and I were laughing about that and going, can't see much of those. And then when we looked at his phone, it's like he had dirt on the lens, and I'm going, yeah, I can understand why you can't take very clear photos with your phone. We may have laughed at him over that one. So, yeah. I may have teased Dave a lot when we were away. Every time he goes, he plays it cautiously when driving. He is a good driver. But every time he comes up to a light, even when it's green, he is really slow going through it. And then in orange, it's like, should I go through it? Should I not go through it? And then at one stage, he had a whole run of orange lights, and every time we would go through it, I'd go, woo, 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 woo. And I was going, you're going to get in trouble. And then he'd slam its brakes on, and I said, you're allowed to go through an orange light if you can go through it safely. But you need to be prepared to stop. Oh dear. I gave him so much guff. I said, you're meant to be prepared to stop, but if you're halfway through it, that's fine, you're meant to proceed. But you're not meant to rush through it. Oh, it was so funny. I said it's these people that they come driving along and they see orange light, and then they speed up to go through the orange light. Yeah. And then a red light is, oh yeah, you've got to go a lot faster for a red light. I've never seen Dave go through a red light for sure. So it was at a lights that we seen the accident. So somebody had obviously run a orange to red, or run a red, either. So don't know if they were hurt or anything. We just seen the clean-up. But it's very nice accommodation. It's very warm. It's very clean. We're very happy with it. It was just very noisy. And it was that weekend where the rugby game was on in Dunedin. So there was a lot of traffic going to that rugby game. So it's all right. Dave's seen it from the TV at the motel. So we really didn't do that much when we were in Timaru, but we didn't go there to do that much. We just went there really to see Dave's mum. That was the whole point of the trip. Must admit, it was really nice to be able to go somewhere and be able to walk outside and walk anywhere, because it was all catered for disabled people. So they're able to go outside and see. They had an aviary with some birds, and they had several garden beds, raised garden beds that is a rest home person looks after. So yeah, so yes, it's all very good. But I ate out one morning. We went out for breakfast, and it was like, yeah, no, I don't think I can do this again. So I just had my insure each day, and that was the easiest. I had hot chocolates, and I kept saying to Dave, my hot chocolates are really crap in Timaru. And we went to Wild Bean, and I was saying, I'm surprised my hot chocolate here's really bad, because normally Wild Bean hot chocolates are really nice. And Dave goes, oh, I'm surprised you don't like it. And I said, I could have made a hot chocolate at the motel better than this. I'm surprised. It wasn't until I was talking to Jessica later on, I was saying, the hot chocolate that I had at McDonald's was so much nicer than the ones that we had while we were away. And she said, really? And I said, yes. I said, I wasn't very happy with them at all. I said, I was very disappointed. Dave didn't put... Every time he got asked, did I want marshmallows, he kept saying no. Well, I did want the marshmallows. Because he didn't add sugar, because I didn't want the sugar, because I wanted the marshmallows. So I have been teasing him a bit about that ever since. It's like, yes, I have been having hot chocolate since I got home, and he has been putting marshmallows in them. Because for years, every time I had hot chocolates, I never ever had marshmallows because I didn't like them, and I'd always pass them on to him. But all of a sudden, I actually like marshmallows. So every time, but he didn't know that. So every time I he got asked, do I want marshmallows? He said no. But he didn't realise that I wanted the marshmallows, so I had to laugh over that one. And of course I didn't realise he was saying no, and of course I was going, why are these so crap? Talk about cross wires. Oh dear. I must admit, I am really enjoying doing patterns block by block. Never thought I would enjoy doing that. But I'm finding it really makes sense to me doing a pattern block by block, and it is really bothering me. I have decided that I would miss this one stitch here. I will come back to it when I get to another stitch of that. I will pull that thread out to do that one, and I'll do that one stitch. And it really bothers me that I haven't done that one stitch. So I think when I get to the top of this row this column, I will pull that thread and do that one stitch, because it's going to bother me. Yes. So I thought I would share my woes, my stitching woes. So when I do my update, I will show you where I realised that, oh, I have an issue. It was more the fact that I seen that, I think it was, oh, you can't see, it was a lot further stitching. I had gridded a lot further along, and it was like, that isn't even half. I know you want on my lap, Bubby. You can't. No! So she's trouble this morning. How long have I been? I might leave that at here and I will upload this stitch with me, and I will see you in a week's time for my update to show you what I have progressed in the week, and I am going to do it on Fridays from now on, or Saturday. I think I'll keep doing it Fridays. I actually quite like Fridays. And I will keep doing. Jess was saying that the problem with me doing it the week before she does her update is that I know exactly what she stitched on for the week. I was saying, oh, is that a problem? She said yes. Or she knows exactly what I've stitched on. I was teasing her about it. I thought it was quite funny. I think she's quite correct. It could be a problem or it could not be a problem. I don't think it's a problem because we keep talking about what was stitched on. Because normally she's ahead of me anyway. Like, I was asking her the other day how much she got to on her Heart of the Storm. I was like, really? You got that far? And it's like, I have to do that many stitches? Really? I was laughing. And I actually got a wee bit ahead of her, because once I settled in, I actually did. I really want to pick it up again, because I noticed that I've got the owl and I've started on the parchment that is between the owl's feet. But literature is nearly at 50% as well, so I really want to get back to literature as well. So yeah, I think literature might be the beginning of next week. I might, because I only did 508 stitches on that, so I think that is a must. I might even pick that up tomorrow and push Archer through to Sunday and Monday. I think I might do that. Well, you have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.